looks and feels so weird to see this in present day. Something that I used to cherish growing up as a kid, for it to look so different. Oh, look over there, there's a little fire happening. I remember the first time I played Minecraft. Honestly, it wasn't actually Minecraft Alpha 1.25. Surprisingly, it was actually Minecraft 1.2.5, like the full version. Not a full beta player, unfortunately, but it feels weird even now because I remember when I was growing up as a kid, I used to watch all the Minecraft. I used to grow up all like watching all like the Minecraft Alpha of it. Dude, everything's so loud. Oh my god, look at that fire. What's the key to open up your inventory? It's I. Oh my god. Yeah. I remember not having the shift click ability is. Dude, look at the slab. It looks so disgusting in this version. But yeah, so when I was growing up, I remember I used to watch a lot of like Minecraft Alpha gameplay. That's all I could have as a child. I mean, I couldn't. Being Minecraft felt like it was like a foreign concept to my mom. My mom thought, oh, like buying random games online. That's kind of like a weird concept. So for like the longest time, I just never simply had Minecraft. So growing up, I would watch a lot of different type of like Minecraft YouTubers. Yeah, the one YouTuber I used to watch all the time. I mean, you have like the classics like Skydive's Minecraft. Rest in peace his entire career. I feel like again now looking at it, a lot of dude, this stuff is so loud. Like so many like the YouTubers, so many people I looked up to as a child. Dude, what happened to all of them? Like, I genuinely couldn't tell you what happened to most. Ooh. Look at this view. I'm gonna get to the top of that mountain. But I remember, yeah, watching all these YouTubers being so envious of like, oh, I want to be able to play that game. So I just watch all these like Minecraft alphas, all the Minecraft betas, all of like the adventure survival maps. I remember the big one. Of course, you have like the dropper. You have what else? You have, I think the main one I remember was like the monument ones. So I can't remember the exact ones. I mean, of course, you have like the classics like Hero Brian Mansion, but it was like the gathering all the different types of like. Oh, what the? Forgot about this. You just slapped them. Yeah, I remember all these like super cool maps. I remember you can just and as a kid, I just remember I always wanted some way to be able to play them. Yeah, I remember back then the concept of playing with your friends on PC was almost like a myth. I felt like it just really never came to be, I guess. It was the main thing is if you were to play on your PC, played a lot of like the Minecraft survival servers. So I remember one I used to play on a lot was one from a YouTuber called Exclusive Ace. He was what we call not a child predator, which is pretty cool in this time and age with all these YouTubers coming out. But I remember he was the big one I remember used to, not looking up to, but playing on his server a bunch. Then you also have servers like Hypixel. Shoot, what was the one with like the M? Mineplex? I think it was Mineplex. I remember being able to play on that. And just the memories coming from those games. That's I think that's a border. Oh, that was a nice sound, but also ow. And I think during that time as well, when I got the PC Minecraft, eventually I got like the console version of Minecraft. the Xbox version. And that's when I really fell in love with the game. I remember then that's when like again the concept of like, oh, being able to play with your friends actually become like a reality all of a sudden. It was so cool to see. I remember, I know a lot of people have owie. I know one thing that a lot of people have memories of was like playing with their siblings. My sister at the time, yeah, we really didn't honestly play a whole lot of Minecraft. I think the one game we used to play a lot of, the stone texture. I remember the one we used to actually play a lot of was Super Smash Bros. At the time. We played a lot of Super Smash Bros., which I feel like is not the typical, I guess. And I know, like, I hear a lot of stories of people like, oh, I'm sure probably someone out there that's watching this video, I'm sure you probably had like the memory of, you know, coming back from school. And I think one vivid one is like, especially like a summer day, coming back from school, almost summer break. I remember you either go downstairs, go to your living room, go upstairs to wherever your console was, and screaming for your sibling to be like, hey, let's go play some Minecraft. And I remember like I played split screen with some of my friends though, especially when they came over. I think the main ones of course were like, unfortunately, oh, it's getting dark. Oh my god, like the time shift change is insane. It's like daylight savings out here. I remember that was like the main thing was like we're using signs was a challenge and a half using a split screen. But even just the pure enjoyment of just being able to play with your friends, especially I don't know why for me. Pig got paranoid for a second. Dude, I forgot, like, dude, yeah, it's a drastic time shift. I think, oh fuck, there's a fly. Oh, didn't get it. Whatever. You win some, we lose some. I think the one thing that I feel like I took granted as a kid though, playing this game, was almost like the simplicity of everything. Yeah, the simplicity of like life back then. Just the simple fact of like, oh, now, yes, I killed the housefly. Yippee! Yeah, that simplicity of life was all-time high. I remember now like, again, I played this game when I was in, again, like elementary school, mid-elementary school, middle school, that's when I first started. Now I'm in a graduate program, about to graduate from that. So at least 12. What? So like if I went, technically I'm in 19th grade, I guess you can say, quote unquote. I was in 4th, so like 15 years ago. Again, the main concern was what food did I get for lunch? And let me tell you, that was a big concern, because showing up to school with just like a peanut butter jelly sandwich and the kid next to you just pulls up with us like McDonald's, dude, the amount of envy I had for those kids. Ooh, iron. Dude, like if you pulled up with like fast food, you had like the Lunchables, you had like the cool snacks, you were like the dog of the lunch day that day. I envied all of you, because I remember growing up, the very rare time I could count of how many times that Ginny had those type of, yeah man, those type of times is a unique experience overall. But again, going back to what I was saying, just the things you can take for granted, simplicity of everything. Now I have to worry about, you know, job applications. I have to worry about so much stuff, and just being able to like think back at like the simpler times of when, you know, I could take a lot less things. There's redstone in this version, really? I know as a kid I took it for granted because I remember growing up, I remember looking up as like an adult, I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to be an adult. And looking back at it now, I couldn't tell you what I was so excited for. I mean, sure, we have some fun things like driving. Can't go wrong with driving. Partaking in, you know, maybe not so legal stuff like alcohol. But even then, as a kid, that wasn't even anywhere on my radar. Now for some other people, it's something that you would have to consider more about. Something that was more on your mind, unfortunately. Something that you may even have to struggle through as a kid. But it's something that I feel like, again, as kids though in general, not something I feel like red bedrock. Let's see if there's any diamonds. What's a good level for diamonds in this version? Look at this height. Give me my goal for this video. Let's get a diamond. Let's get a sword. I feel like a sword would be cool. But I think that was one thing I feel like I don't fully remember or understand why I felt so rushed. And I feel like now, looking back, I feel like that's part of the reason why we have nostalgia in the first place. Is that we look back at times that were so much simpler, times that we didn't have as many worries, times that we could just go about our day, and the main worry was, are my friends going to get on today? Now it's, will my friends get on in a month? Because God knows forbid, actually coordinating a time for everyone to get on at the same time is a rarity. So, and it's just something I wish, again as a kid, I wish I could take a little bit more for granted. And playing this game now, it's crazy to think where it's like, I feel like Minecraft now, so many things you can do. You can build so many different types of like farms, you can, you know, craft so many things, you can do so many with like animals, you can make so many like different architecture. In this version of Minecraft, it's, I wouldn't say bare bones, but it's pretty bare bones. Like, there's redstone. Is it functional? Kinda. But okay, there's not much. But again, it's something that, as we see, as we grow older, it's kind of clouded our vision with this nostalgia. Like, ooh, when times were amazing. And we look at this, it's pretty simple. There's not much going for this version, but I think that's what's kind of cool. And I feel like, again, nostalgia is one of those things where it's like there's reasons. I think nostalgia is kind of one of those things where it's helps with our, kind of grounds us, I feel like, because it has memories where we can look back at things to look forward to, things. And also, by the way, that sound, terrifying. I wish, playing this now, I wish I could be able to go back in time, take a little detour, enjoy the simpler times in life. And I don't know how popular this video is going to get. I don't know how many people are actually going to watch it all the way to this point, but let me know. Again, like something like maybe like a story you have of what you ended up doing. My diamond? Gosh. You mean like a comment down below of like a memory that you have, something that you hold close to your heart. Maybe it's something that, you know, with your siblings, maybe something that, you know, you do with your friends. Maybe there's like a certain version of Minecraft you started with. Maybe it's just simple little building that you have a very fond memory of making. Just something random. Because I would be interested to see where everyone else, maybe like where everyone else is at with it. Maybe you have a similar thing that someone else has. Maybe, please be more than one. Oh my god, there's two, there's three. We're going to the nether. Is another version a thing in this version? We could find out. Oh my god, I am huge. Yeah, so I feel like everyone has a different type of memory, but I feel like all the memories are not the same, but we all hold the same type of like appreciation in our heart about it. I think that's the main thing. I feel like everyone has a different reason why why that memory is special to them, but in the end, everyone has a memory of this game, or just in general. Maybe again, like going back to the talk earlier, where, you know, for me, the one memory I have wasn't really about this game. It could have just been like any game. It could have been like battle blocks. It could have been Castle Crashers, something on those type of lines, but still something that I still hold close to me. And again, I think the main one for me again is coming back home from school, pop out onto my Xbox. I remember we had this like dingy little basement, and the amount of excitement I would go downstairs, hop onto this chair, which was like, I don't know what you want to call it, like a saucer chair. And I remember sitting that, and I almost like ate it a bunch of times sitting in that chair. But I remember just getting nice and cozy. Asterisk, it wasn't that cozy. Hop on Minecraft, get my little like. I remember I even had like the $10 Xbox mic. Amazing memories. Maybe not for like the people I played Call of Duty with. I just hollered down that mic whenever I had the chance to. So, my inventory, I'm stashed. I remember I used to like just scream into that mic. Not a good. We're not gonna talk about that. When people used to get called squeakers, yeah, I was that child, unfortunately. But I just remember hopping on Minecraft and just chilling for the day, waiting for my mom to be like yelling for dinner, going back upstairs, eating food, saying to everyone, you know, I'll be right back. And sometimes I will be right back, and sometimes I was gone for like 2 hours, but I was able to get on for the rest of the night and just play with some of my friends, and that was my worry. It's just simple things that I feel like again we take for granted now that we wish we could have appreciated more then. But at the same time, I feel like nostalgia now. I think we have this like childhood nostalgia, which we put on a different level of like maybe nostalgia you had, I don't know, when you first started dating that person like a couple years ago. That's not, or you know, going to that one concert, or you had that one holiday season. Don't get me started with that when I was a young child. Woo! Christmas Day as a child, I was peak childhood right there. Oh man, this is sure a version. It's kind of ugly. But that's kind of, I think we all hold a little bit different to our heart. Childhood nostalgia over just like everyday regular nostalgia. Like maybe like a year or 2 years ago. I remember like going to a couple concerts now, which I wouldn't even like dare hold close anywhere near. I mean, sure, a lot of them are fun, these type of concerts, but comparing it to like Christmas growing up, playing this game when I was growing up, it was amazing. But I think I will leave it here. But I think the moral of it all is that I feel like nostalgia, I think it helps keep us moving forward. I think nostalgia is one of those things where, sure, we would like to go back to simpler times, but I think that makes us appreciate where we came from, and also the fact that, you know, not everything's going to be easy in life. Maybe what you're doing right now, you're going through the hardest point in your life right now, and you look back at times through nostalgic glasses of like, this was when life was a lot easier. And now that you're going through something hard, maybe in 5 years down the road, you may look at that experience and be like, that was nothing. Or the quite opposite, maybe 5 years from now, you're going through something even harder, but then you're gonna look at this experience and be like, oh, piece of cake, and maybe we can have a little bit of nostalgia from it. But end of all is that Minecraft, pretty fun game. This version, maybe not so fun, but it sure is very, very nostalgic.